agricultural colony known as Rolnicy is located on the coast of present-day South Carolina in an area known today as Drum Island. It is bordered by the Cooper River and, of course, South Carolina. Sabbath in 2 minutes, and make sure that everyone is there this time, including you, Hudson.
Oh, I know I'll be there this time.
Now, as usual, I will read the charter that King Sobieski III has graciously blessed us with when he gave us permission to start this colony.
Certainly.
You do know the consequences for this, don't you?
Yes.
Look, the pastor left the charter here. Wow, our charter is a lot like the Virginia colonies.
You're exactly right.
Do you know why that is?
I think it's because the king in the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, John Sobieski III, modeled the charter after the Englishes because he thought that if he did so, our colony would achieve the same success as Virginia.
By the power vested in me, I hereby tie you to this tree because you are late to Sabbath. You know, not having Hudson here is really hurting our productivity.
I think you're right.
We should untie it tomorrow morning.
You know, I think I can give him one more chance, but we'll untie him tomorrow morning for sure.
Okay.
This is so unfair! I know it's hard work, but sometimes I wish that I could be out in the fields working instead of in here cooking. Cooking is so boring. The men always dilly-dally while working.
I know it's hard work, but at least it's not useless. Rolnicy is the land we live in, with farming being one of our primary jobs. We farm tobacco, rice, and corn, and I'm thankful that we are blessed with a warm climate and fertile soil that allows us to grow such resourceful crops. As women, we are expected to use these materials in order to provide everyone with a meal, which then fills the stomachs of those who make all of our decisions, and then thereby ensures the success of our colony. Got that? Now get back to work.
You this. You give me that.
We will not be reading from the Bible, but instead be learning how our colony was founded. As you know, we immigrated from Poland in 1684 when the king gave us a charter that allowed us to govern our own colony. We sailed across the ocean on a ship called the Lasada, and we made sure that we had enough resources to accomplish all the jobs that we needed to do. Now that you can see, we have become very successful through things like trading, farming, and shipping.
Wait, why do we govern the colony? Shouldn't King Sobieski III?
Well, Rolnicy is a corporate colony, meaning that our colony receives a charter but governs ourselves. Like the 1619 House of Burgesses, our government received a document, the Power of Society, which makes it so citizens must meet certain criteria to vote.
What happens if we break a law?
If you break a law, we have no choice but to follow the rules enlisted in the charter. So say if you didn't attend Sabbath, like you all know, especially Hudson, you would be tied to a tree for a certain amount of time. Of course, there are exceptions to the amount of time you are tied to the tree to accomplish all the jobs that we needed to do. Now that you can see, we have become very successful through things like trading, farming, and shipping.
Wait, why do we govern the colony? Shouldn't King Sobieski III?
Well, Rolnicy is a corporate colony, meaning that our colony receives a charter but governs ourselves. Like the 1619 House of Burgesses, our government received a document, the Power of Society, which makes it so citizens must meet certain criteria to vote.
What happens if we break a law?
If you break a law, we have no choice but to follow the rules enlisted in the charter. So say if you didn't attend Sabbath, like you all know, especially Hudson, you would be tied to a tree for a certain amount of time. Of course, there are exceptions to the amount of time you are tied to the tree. And one I'm sure you're very familiar with is murder. If you kill someone, you will have the same form of murder inflicted on you. Do you know the reason for why the crime and punishment are so similar?
Ooh, I know. Our charter was modeled after the English one, right? King Sobieski III used the charter developed by the English as a basis so that our colony would grow to be as successful as those of the English, which is why our government includes the same aspects such as self-government, election of burgesses, and, of course, the crime and punishments.
Good job.
Guys, look what I just traded with the Indians.
Wow, it's gorgeous.
To Jonathan and his successful trade.
Yay, to our successful colony.
I wonder why our colony's been so successful.
It's probably because of our good relations with the Native Americans.
And because we made sure the first vote of settlers were those who excelled in different areas.
And because we settled in an area that has a warm climate and soil that allows us to grow crops that are useful for trading, eating, and storing.
And because the first boat of settlers that came brought all the resources we'd ever need.
We should celebrate this day every month. Yay!
Hooray!
Now, here comes the important question. Would this colony have actually succeeded if established in the 1680s? As an expert on the colonial period, I would have to say that it may as well have. Rolnicy's ability to grow lots of crops as well as trade peacefully with the natives may attract settlers looking for a colony where they can live life happily. However, this colony still has the chance of facing the same problems as Jamestown had. A long drought period may come in the area because the colony is located in the southern region. This could cause settlers in the area to experience starvation as well as dehydration. Rolnicy resembles the colony of Virginia in several aspects, ranging from the laws itself to the form of government. Certain laws are the same as popular laws in the colonial period, such as the requirement to attend Sabbath. Rolnicy enforces a form of self-government similar to that of the Virginia House of Burgesses. It also has the same voting requirements of the time, which stated that only free white men who owned land were allowed to vote. When establishing this colony, the group members tried to avoid most problems several of the original colonies had faced. As stated earlier, this colony had only allowed people with differing occupations to come to the colony to first establish it. This is where the Jamestown colony had gone wrong. Because of their lack of settlers with the necessary expertise, Jamestown had lost several colonists' lives. Rolnicy also maintains a calm relationship with the natives, leading to several trades with them. The punishments for crimes are not extremely brutal and will not lead to any revolts against the government. However, if the settlers believe they are, they can voice their opinions thanks to self-government.
With crops and plants we dance.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Encore, encore.
All right, I got it this time, I swear. Instead of doing the usual, which is instead of the usual of teaching you how to read the Bible, I will instead.
So guys, instead of reading the Bible today,
All right, instead of reading the Bible today, I will be instead of reading the.
my mom's up is Carson Browning.
All right, we will not be reading from the Bible, but instead learning how our colony was founded. As you all know, we immigrated from.
Don't throw the Bible.
He was like, oh well.
All right.
Guys, look what I just traded with the Indians.
Wow, it's gorgeous.
To Jonathan and his successful trade.
Yay, to our colony.
Wow.
Wait, let's just make it. Guys, look what I just traded with the Indians.
Wow, it's gorgeous.
To Jonathan and his successful trade.
Yay, to our successful colony.
You guys are so bad. Three, two, one, go!
Hey!
Are you gonna video yourself like that?